Safe Love Podcast is a powerful podcast with honest conversations about healthy and unhealthy relationships. We break down red flags, emotional abuse, domestic violence, trauma, boundaries, and healing. This channel is about awareness, clarity, and empowerment. Follow me for more Talk Weekly Conversation Love Podcast. The Safe Love Podcast.
Have you ever had an argument with someone you love, and even after the argument was over, something still felt broken? Maybe you stopped talking. Maybe you said some things you didn't really mean to say. Maybe something or somebody walked away, built a wall, or started keeping score. But here's the question I want you to think about. Do you know how to actually repair a relationship after a conflict? Or do you just wait until the tension dies down and pretend everything is okay? Because healthy love isn't about fighting at all. Healthy love is knowing how to say, we hurt each other, but we're not going to destroy each other. Today on the Safe Love Podcast, we're breaking down the anatomy of a clean repair. How to have this hard conversation, take accountability, rebuild trust, and find your way back to each other without the silent treatment. Explosive blaming or letting pride win. So if you ever love someone enough to want to fix it or to want to fix what's broken, this conversation is for you. If you're new to the channel here, I am the host, Phenomenal Mindy. Make sure you're following me on all social media platforms so you can stay active and get the notification every time I go live. Every time I present something to you, you'll be able to see it and hear it. So with that, I'm going to give you 8 things now, right? I'm going to give you 8 things that you can use as the anatomy of a clean repair. And each one, I'm going to break it down to you so you can understand the things that I'm giving to you. If you got a pen and a piece of paper, if you don't, go ahead and grab it at this particular time. And we're going to go ahead and get started, right? So first things first. Pause without punishment. That means taking space or creating a sacred space where someone can let their vulnerability shine. They have to trust you first. Most men like to say, I don't like to show my vulnerability side, because women would take that and use that as ammunition or use that as some type of force later on. And we don't want to make that space unsacred or unsafe for men, because they'll never tell another woman again about the things or about the trials and the tribulation that they're going through. They'll never share that. Because you broke that. You broke that. So they ain't finna trust you on nothing. The silent treatment is used in some form of distance as a form of punishment. A lot of people don't understand, but that's really what's going on. We all in the dose. So why can't we have an open conversation, an open dialogue? You state your facts and opinion. I state my facts and opinion, and we can move on. We don't have to give each other punishment as saying, oh, I'm gonna be quiet, I'm gonna give you silent treatment because I ain't ready to talk. No, we grown adults. So again, we have to keep the lines clear and make sure those lines ain't blurred out. Okay. You can say, I'm overwhelmed. I need about an hour, but I want to come back and finish this conversation. It's cool with that. Look, take a break, because again, you will say some things that you don't even need to say, that you don't even want to say, that next hour you may regret it. So sometimes you have to read the room and assess the situation and step back and say, you know what? I may say something I'm gonna regret. So let me just pump my brakes and let me back up a little bit. That don't mean you weak. That don't mean you don't want to deal with it. Look, I just want to take a break. And if you got a real partner, they should understand taking a break is necessary. Because if you keep pushing me, when you ask me one question, I'm gonna to fly off the handle. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna say some stuff. You're gonna be like, whoa. You been having that inside of you? I'm just keeping it real. Number 2, name what exactly happened. In an argument, people like to give assumptions. They like to separate the facts from the assumptions. You didn't text me back for like 6 hours. That's different from you don't care about me. You don't want to talk about what happened, why, because you get off topic. That's one thing. And sometimes when we let things build up and continue to hold things in the inside, then now when it's time to talk, you talking about something that happened 3 months ago, combining that what's happening, what's going on right now. And so we can't stay on the exact topic that we need to stay on, because you spitting fire for something that happened 3 years ago, and now you expecting me to not feel some type of way. But in the reality of it, you held back. So what are we really doing? Are we really together? Or are we just saying we together? I'm just being real. Are we really together? Or we just saying we together? Keep it real with yourself. You didn't text me back for 6 hours is different from you don't care about me. Sometimes we, as women, we get a little bit pouty and we say, you don't care about me. You don't care about me at all. Nah, I just didn't text back right away because I was busy. And sometimes women get it in themselves and they get to saying stuff that they ain't even mean. So we got to fix that. You know, we have to know how to communicate and do that effectively. Growing up, man, look, I'm from Memphis. Growing up in the hood, we ain't know about no communication. We be standing down, yelling down the street, trying to get people attention. Don't even know what we saying, or some stuff we shouldn't even be saying out loud, but we just trying to get somebody attention and hear us. Like, come on. Know what to say and how to say that. And when you learn what to say and how to say, keep communicating effectively. Keep showing up. The problem lies in the relationship don't last like they used to, because people, they don't even want to continue to show up. They tired. They weaken. You know? Number 3, own your part. A lot of people, they run from them. They don't like to own their part in the story. The story consists of you and I. So own your part in the story. A repair requires accountability from both people. Both persons have to say, oh, what I said was wrong. And I apologize for that. I ain't mean to say that. I was just feeling this type of way and I said this. Own your shit in the story. Stop acting like you so good and you so perfect. You ain't never said nothing. Yes, you did. You let it off. And you triggered that man. And now we got a whole catastrophe. Some going on. You can say, I'm sorry, but you made me blase, blank. You can say that. What's wrong with not? Look, don't let your pride cost you everything. Your pride shouldn't be costing you anything. Most of men have a high level of pride, and they don't like their pride to be broken. But I come to tell you, you need to own your part in the story. If you said some things that wasn't right, go on own it. My son is 8 years old and has autism. He has a problem with accountability. It's one of his biggest things. And look, it's going to be the life for me, because guess what? I'm going to keep on telling him until he show up in the way for himself and say, hey, I'll take accountability. Yeah, I said this in class. Yeah, I said I may don't want to, and it may make me feel awkward or less than, but I'm telling the truth. You want to be truthful so people can trust you. So own your part in the story. Ask, what did I do to contribute to this situation? Ask that question. Some people don't know, and then some people like to play like they don't know. Own it. Yep, I did this part in the story. And people say, oh, well, we broke up because she did this and he did this, and I wasn't okay with this, and I wasn't okay with that. But what did you do in the story? There's three sides to the story: your side, their side, and the truth. What can you take as accountability and say, oh, yep, I did that fuck shit. I did it. What can you say? Can you be honest? Can you be honest and say what you did in the story? It's okay. We all human. And if they not willing to forgive you for being truthful, they were never your friend in the first place. We all done did some stuff that we wasn't proud of. We've all been there. Number 4, talk about the hurt and not the person. This is the biggest one for me. What I get from certain people having a conversation with them, they like to talk about the hurt part of it, and then they like to come in with the jabs. What I mean by this, if we're having a conversation and you expressing how you feeling, then you get to saying insulting things and not focusing on the problem in the situation. Why are we focusing on I'm fat? Why are we focusing on you got a big head? Why are we focusing on something over there when you having a conversation with somebody? Talk about what's really hurting you inside. Let's not be insulting. Most of our parents don't know how to have conversations without saying insulting things. And some people think it's comical and some people think it's funny. But the joke's on you. The joke's on you. Because how many times you had a conversation and expressed what really hurt you, and we done got tangled up because you mad because I wore this to the party. But at the party, you said I hurt your feelings. So why are we still stuck there? Attack the problem instead of attacking somebody's character. Replace saying, you know, when you say, oh, you so selfish, you just so selfish with that. Say, I felt unimportant when that happened. I felt unimportant when this happened. Why are you attacking me saying every time we get together, you always selfish, selfish, selfish? That means we ain't had enough conversations about this because you attacking my character and not saying really what the problem is. We like to call it, look, meet your beach. You setting up inside of your head when the person is talking and you ain't listening. You too busy focusing on other stuff. Attack the problem instead of someone's character. Say, you made me feel like this when you did this and when you did that. Don't come insulting people when you're having a conversation. You will never get nowhere. We need to have this conversation now. If you can't have them, give you about an hour to figure it out when you need to come back. But we don't need to be 3-4 weeks down the road and you ready to have a conversation. Because I'm going to be honest. With me, I'm so grown. I'm over what you talking about. You talking about something happened 2-3 weeks ago. I'm over it. You an adult, I'm an adult. We should be able to hold a conversation and hold sacred space where we can let each other know you hurt me with what you said. I felt offended. You know? Number 5, listen to understand. I think this is the most difficult thing people have a problem with, listening and understanding. Again, when you having a conversation with somebody, listen to understand them. Don't be having the bubble on the outside of your head, taking bulletin points, saying, hey, let me get this. Because she's saying this right now. Let me get this, and this, and this. And you ain't heard nothing she said. Why? Because you got this attack mode on. You feel attacked. But when the scheme of it all, you the one that ain't listening. Don't be preparing comebacks while you're talking. Ask questions before defending yourself. Ask them. Pay attention. Give them your undivided attention. The worst thing I hate is when I'm having a conversation with somebody, you want to tie your shoe. I'm just being real. You want to tie your shoe. Now is the time you want to pick your nails. Now is the time you want to get on the phone, talk to somebody in the background. That's what you're doing. You focusing on other things and not the conversation that's at hand. Listen to understand somebody. Don't be preparing them comebacks and having them in the backpack and say, yeah, I use these comebacks for later on for ammunition. No. We need to start acting as an adult. When I was an adult, I put away those childish things. They no longer serve me any purpose because I'm an adult. If I want to play, I can go to Target, I can go to Walmart, I can go to all these different places and go down the line and pick out toys to play with if that's something I want to do. Why would I want to play with an adult that, look, we ain't got that much time here. So why would I want to waste? Because that's the number one thing that you can't get back. We can't get time back. We can't get that back at all. So why would I want to waste your time? Am I going to be real about this and have a conversation and saying, look, this is how we're going to repair this? Or I'm going to keep playing games. So listen to understand. Number 6, validate without automatically agreeing. I can validate you, but I don't have to agree with it. And this is the thing I like to do. I like to say, when we're having a conversation, you telling me something, I'm getting ready to make my statement. First thing I'm going to lead off with, I hear you. I hear you. A lot of times when people's voice get elevated is because they don't have a focal point from you and you're not listening to none that they saying. You're not acknowledging that what they saying is in their vulnerability state. You over here doing other things now. We got the validation going on. Validate these people when you're having a conversation with them. I can do that and say, I hear you. That was not my intentions. I can see how you saw that. I can see how you see it that way. But if you know me, that's not the character that I bring or present to you. That's not it. I love you. I'm just only speaking facts, but I see how, if I was in your shoes, I see how you could have felt like there was a jab at you. I see how you see that. And I apologize for that. But that was not my intentions. So validate somebody. Validate when you're having a conversation. I understand why they hurt you. I do. It don't necessarily mean that I'm agreeing that I was wrong. I'm acknowledging that I hear you. I'm giving you the validation. So your voice or your emotions won't escalate to the next level and you screaming. Because most people scream because they're not being heard. They done said it to you 2-3 times and they're not being heard. So now they got to scream it at you. Although that might not be the right thing to do. Look, it's just something that we do. Number 7, make the repair specific. What needs to change? You need to be sitting up there figuring out, well, what's going on, what's need to change with the information that I have. What would each person do differently next time? Next time I'm in this position, I won't do this. Next time I'm in this position and we talking, I ain't gonna size you up. Because I know how they make you feel like we about to spread out. We about to get it in. So I ain't even gonna do that. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna bring it down. I'm apologizing. And I'm gonna keep on apologizing. But I ain't gonna apologize now. If you ain't giving me no change behavior, don't keep saying, my bad. My bad. My bad. You stepped on my toe. My bad. You pushed me. My bad. Damn, do you got some type of vendetta against me? Why you keep doing what you keep hitting me and pushing me and you keep saying my bad? What's that about? Like, is we cool or is we cool? Like, make it make sense now. So make the repair known. What are you willing to work on in this different relationship? What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to do to go the extra mile? Tell me. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you have to say. And if you need help with working on this, I'm here to help you. And it's okay. Again, because some people will create these narratives and they've been ran on with it now. So make sure you giving a repair and being specific of what the repair is. Accountability in this. All right. Number 8, reconnection. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. Reconnection. This is the biggest thing. After you done went through all of this, after you done repair, and after you done read the anatomy of a clean repair, look, we got to reconnect. Once I apologize to you, and you still holding something in you that don't want to accept my apology, then guess what? Now it's a you problem. I ain't no longer got to try to figure it out because I done did my job. And as I said, ain't nobody finna be kissing behind just to be your friend. Ain't nobody finna do that. So when you reconnect, when you apologize, and when you own your part on it, and when you talk about the hurt and not the person, when you listen to understand, this is what you need to do. You need to reconnect. Give a hug. How can we reconnect, Mindy? Check in with them. A little text go a long way. We all busy. We all doing everyday life. We all doing everyday thing. We don't have the time. Some people don't even have the capacity to do this. But look, let me take 0.10 seconds to text you, hey, how you doing? I missed you. We'll get up next week and we can go out for lunch, dinner, whatever they need to do. You know what I'm saying? Reconnect. Check in. Laugh together. Pray together. If that's your part of the relationship, you know, I'll send you hugs all day now. I check in all day. But if you still holding some space in your heart for me, for a past that you said you forgiven me for, then that's something wrong with you. And I ain't here to be Miss Fix-It. I ain't here to be Miss Bob the Builder. I ain't here for that. I ain't go to school for that. You know what I mean? So reconnect with your people, man. Check in. Just because y'all had that little spat and y'all talked about it, don't be ugly. Don't be ugly. We all did some things in our life that we're not grateful for, that we done messed up and did. Reconnect. Like, find something in the middle where you can laugh. Remind each other we on the same team. We got the one common goal. Don't be holding vendettas and keeping score in your back pocket or on your pump powder. I remember back in 1980, she said this to me, and now I feel some type of way. And then hold on. 1981, she stepped on my shoe. 1983, she threw something at me. Why we keeping score? What team you on? Are we on the same team? Is you cool or is you not cool? And then you add in the tally, and then you take the one, carry the three. And then 1990, she asked to borrow $5, and she didn't give it back. But then she gave it back in 2000. But then I don't trust her no more, because look how long it took her to pay me in 1990. Like, this is the type of stuff that people do. Like, we gotta pick and choose our battles. I know you ain't still screaming over $5. Don't give something away that you're not willing to lose. You can ask me to borrow that, but I'm going to give you that. And if you don't pay that back, I'm cool on that. You feel me? I'm cool on that. We on the same team now. We got one common goal. We should. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that, cuz. We should. You know? Be more lovable. Show up for each other. Create that sacred space. Don't have a wall up. Don't be difficult to talk to. Don't be that person that they say, oh, I don't want to talk to so-and-so because they always got an attitude. They always got this. But guess what? That certain person, be on the front line when stuff go down, and you be like, what you doing here? You delicate, right? Why are you on the front line? I like to say this. We have a team as a family. If you're one of those ones that's sensitive and that you will cry at the drop of the hat, we need you in the middle or we need you in the back. That's not to say you less than. We need the stronger ones in the front that can take the stuff, that have the tough skin and know how to approach things. So by the time it leaves the front line, y'all want to be affected in the back. Because the true armor bearers here in the front handling business. You know? Everybody made different. Everybody's made different. We ain't all the same. We may all have the same parts, but we're not made the same way. So stop treating your spouse, your partner, your friend, your family member like we on some type of punishment. Your feelings hurt today, and you done put them on a punishment today. Then when we coming around in the same circle, you got your nose turned up. This person over here don't know why your nose turned up because you ain't even expressed that. You ain't even woman or man enough to open your mouth and saying what's hurting you in the inside, but yet you'll go around here and tell the other family members and try to destroy and corrupt the other family members and get in your circle and get with you and make a pity party, all because you the one person common denominator feels some type of way, but you're not two woman and man enough to speak what's going on. Have you told them they hurt your feelings? Have you expressed that? And now you holding this in your heart and your bosom for 30 years, coming around at the family gathering, sitting around with your nose turned up because you feel some type of way from 1980. Like, are we really doing that? We done got too old. We done got too old for this. So, pause without punishment. Name what actually happened. Own your part in the story. Talk about the hurt, not the person. Listen to understand. Validate without automatically agreeing. Make the repair specific. Reconnect. Those are the 8 things you need to have in your wallet, in your bosom, in your gut, in your crescendo. Ashe? Those are the things you need to be making a clean repair. A clean repair. Those are some of the things we need to be doing. You know? So, remind each other. We are on the same team. We are here on the same team. Before I close, I want you to remember this. And again, I want you to take these things with you, right? I want you to write these things down. Every disagreement doesn't have to become every mistake doesn't have to become a permanent one. And every conflict doesn't have to turn into a war. Sometimes love means putting your pride down and saying, I can handle it. Sometimes it means you rather. Sometimes it means giving someone some space without punishing them with silence. And sometimes it helps you to certain patterns you no longer. About deciding who won this decision. It's about deciding whether the relationship works. So the next time and the next time someone else disagree with something, don't just ask who was right. Ask what happened between us? What part of it? What do we need to do? And what can we do differently next time? Real love isn't perfect. Real love. Thank you for spending this time with me on this regular podcast. You share with somebody who's subscribe, follow, and join me for the next conversation. Until next time, take your peace, communicate with intentions, love yourself enough to have boundaries, and remember, You deserve a love that feels safe, not just a love that feels strong. This is the Safe Love Podcast, and we're all about healing, learning, and loving out loud. With that being said, see you next week on the
The
episode.
Safe Love Podcast is a powerful podcast with honest conversations. The Safe Love.